Hi all. By now most of you would have read about the ongoing war between the Israel and Hamas, which recently started in addition to the already war which is going on between Ukraine and Russia. And this has definitely made our authorities, businesses, investors to worry about few consequences. And the key reason for that is India's huge dependency on the oil imports. So in today's video, I thought of giving you an overview about how much dependence India has on the crude oil imports and what could be the consequences. So India, being the fifth largest economy in the world, it's the third largest importer and consumer of oil. Close to 85% of the oil we consume is imported, and which makes our annual consumption of around 200 million metric tons, and just around 2.5 MMT is produced domestically, which is around 30 million metric tons, and which leads to a huge import bill of close to $9 to $10 billion every month, and which can go further if the oil prices go up. And as we know, the oil prices have recently gone up to $90 per barrel, and it also went up to close to $130, $140 per barrel last year. So you can imagine, with such huge volumes and such fluctuation of the oil prices, it can really be a cause of concern for our policymakers as well as businesses and investors. So now let me take you through the key risks which come along as the oil prices go up globally. So number one is, with the increase in the price of the oil, our currency INR depreciates and US dollar whereas appreciates. As a result, our bills of importing oil goes up. And now you can imagine, because of that, our current account deficit goes up, the balance of trade worsens. By an estimate, every $10 increase in the oil price increases our current account deficit by 0.5% and also reduces the growth of our GDP by 0.2%. So that makes a lot of dent to our economy. Thirdly, our fiscal deficit tends to worsen, because as the oil prices goes up, the government doesn't want to pass everything to the consumers. So because of that, its bills around giving subsidies goes up, and which it adds to the burden to the government. Then with the oil prices, the commodity prices also tend to go up, because of which the inflation goes up. So inflationary pressures comes up, and as a result of that, the consumption and the growth of the economy can be hit, because you can imagine, as the prices goes up, the consumers tend to decrease their spends around discretionary items, etc. So you can imagine, with the increase in oil prices, these 4-5 risks comes along to our economy, which has although been growing at a very healthy rate. Now, since we have understood the risks which comes along with the increased oil prices, the government is definitely taking certain steps to curtail that. The few of these steps are: number one, it's trying to increase our domestic production of oil. Secondly, it is encouraging more energy efficient measures across our devices, consumption, etc. Thirdly, there's a huge focus on renewable energies production in our country. As we all have seen, there's a huge focus of businesses, our government, in increasing the production, becoming a world leader in renewable energy, promoting EVs, wind energy, solar energy, etc. And also recently our government started importing more of oils from Russia. So close to 40% of our imports have started coming from Russia at a discounted rate of close to $8 to $10 per barrel. So these are some of the key steps which government has taken, but there's still a long way to go. Now, with the current ongoing war between Israel and Hamas, the key concern of Indian authorities, businesses, investors is that if this war further escalates within the Middle East, and if countries like Iran gets involved more aggressively, then that could really be a concern for the oil prices, because they can really shoot up, since Iran produces close to 10% of the world oil reserves. So let's see how this shapes, but for now there's not too much of a concern. I hope you found this video interesting. Look forward to see you soon. Thank you.